All right. Good evening, everyone. How's it going? Happy Monday evening, Monday morning for me. My name is John Crispala, and live on the stream here with me, we also have Boss Gurmeet. Boss, are you there? Oh, you're on mute. Nope, no sound. Oh, looked like she got disconnected. Um, anyways, just give you guys a brief introduction for those of you guys who don't know me. My name is John Crispala, and I'm the director of business development for Philippines for PandoProject. And so I just want to welcome you guys to our very first episode of our AMA, and we feel that there was a strong need for us to reach out deeper and building a connection with our community. And so with this platform, uh, we feel that this will definitely take us a long way. You know, being able to make sure that your voices are being heard, and of course, being for us to communicate with you in the direction where we're going in terms of updates and future developments and things like that. And so this is an open forum platform, and I'm just very excited to share this with you guys. And so, Boss Gurmeet, are you there now? Are you? Is your mic on? Nope, still can't hear you. Might be you might be on mute or yeah, check your your no, I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on. No. All right. Well, while she figures out her mic setting, we'll go ahead and we'll start off with the announcements. And for these of you guys aren't aware, our system is currently down for the moment, and that's because of the fact that we're in the process of launching Rametron updates 4.0 version, and so a lot of the bugs that you guys have been experiencing within lately, you know it's in hopes that it's going to resolve most of those issues, and so that's also going to pave way for our app launch for Panajo. And so Rametron 4.0 is in the process of being rolled out right now as we speak. So just keep an eye out on that update. And another thing that was also that's pretty exciting for this week is we also have our global profit sharing, and that is going to be on its last days. And for those of you guys that are not, um, oh, hold on just 1 second here. Nope, I still can't hear you. Nothing. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not sure um, what's going on with the mic settings there, boss. uh, technical difficulties. So you'll have the partners, guys. This is our very first episode, so we're getting the kinks and all the mistakes out of the way. um, but yes, I can hear you, but I can't hear you on your end, boss. And so, but I'll just go ahead and carry on with it. Um, so so I was talking about the global profit sharing, and so it's our it ends on the 14th, and so basically, for those of you guys that are not aware what global profit sharing is, it's an allocation from the revenue coming in from from advertisements and stuff like that. That's stuff down the road once we're stabilized and once we have all our apps rolled out and we got a bunch of advertisers coming in. So out of that revenue coming in, there's a pool that is set aside. And so, for those of you guys that are Rametron holders, you're going to have a 10% allocation that's going to be distributed amongst the Rametron holders. And so, that is something that you would want to capitalize on, right? Because that's basically free money, and so that entitlement goes to for those who are staked and activated between now and the 14th. And so today is the 11th, and so time is running out. And so if you have not had the opportunity to do so, I mean, now would be the perfect time to do it. So basically, how that works is. You're of course to have the minimum stake of 250 PTX. And right now, if you go on LBank, the price of the token is currently between 12 and 15 cents, and so it's actually a good price right now. And so that translates into approximately between 30 to 40 USD. And so if you want to top up on your stake, that would be a great opportunity to do so because it's such a good time and the price. And so just imagine with all the price action at the price where it's at right now, and between the time frame where we'll release most of our more utilization on top of what we currently have. What's going to happen is, oh, there you are again. Are you
Yes,
back?
boss. Can you hear
Oh,
me?
there you are. Welcome, welcome.
So
So I'm gonna
sorry.
pause
I
right
think
here.
my
I'm gonna allow you
issue.
to introduce yourself and let's go from there.
Okay, sure. My name is Gurmeet. Hello, everyone. I'm the country manager for India. I'm very happy to be here to introduce you all about our PandoFam project. All right. So
Awesome.
over to you, boss John. Let's see what we can do from here.
Awesome. Yeah, let's make some damage. So we were just talking about GPS, and so I'll let you take over from here. And if you'd like to go into deep detail with that,
All right. About GPS.
yes.
Okay, can no worries. Okay, we are talking about Remetron GPS 10%, and then, of course, each Remetron that we need to install, minimum we need is 250 PTX. That is what we're going to start with, 250 PTX, but lifetime unlimited income with our GPS. That's what we're going to get. So now, how are we going to get this GPS? Is very, very easy. We only have to be online for 160 hours per month. I think that's the minimum that anyone can have given us, right? For the whole life GPS is so strong, and 160 hours where we always on our laptops and our PCs more than that, I think, right? Mostly, yes. I'm always 24 hours on my PC. I mean, 12 hours I'll be sleeping, and in 12 hours I'll be on my PC. So, anyway, that is how we're going to give you all your GPS 160 hours and Pando Wallet Remitron IDs. You must be registered
Now when you
in
say
the Pando
100, when
Explorer
you say 160 hours, is that 160 hours for the week or for the month?
per month,
For
boss.
the month.
Per
All right.
month.
So if
Right.
you guys
That's
break,
right.
yeah. So if you
Yeah,
guys
it's
break
so
that down into
awesome.
a weekly portion, that's really not that bad. You're only talking like what 40 hours per week, and so
Hardly, yeah.
yeah.
40 hours per week. I think we are, that's why I say we are more than 48 hours or 24 hours mostly. Our laptops are on, we are doing something. So 40 hours per week is very less for us. And we still can get our GPS. Isn't that so amazing, Boss John? What
Oh,
do you think?
absolutely. Yeah, that's free money, guys. And that's why, I like to say we have this brand new movement, right? A lot of gamers, they like to play to earn. We've got this brand new movement and we call it T to E, turn on to earn. And so you just got to turn on your machine and there you go. You got your global profit share just for turning on your Rametron and you got free money coming in.
Correct. And we are not even talking about this one place that we're going to talk about GPS. But in Remitron, we also have other what I call income that we're going to get, and that is amazing. Correct. And then here we are talking about Metatron. Metatron notes. Whoever gets these Metatron notes, I will always says that y'all are lucky people, because 20% global profit sharing, this is what you need. 20% wherever you are, whatever you do, as long you have a Metatron node who is running 24 hours for you, you get 20% GPS. And how much you need to start your Metatron? Only has minimum has 3000 PTX. That's it, 3000 PTX. And of course, to get this 20% GPS, you need 50 Remitron nodes. Either you buy yourself, either you promote to whoever you like. Yeah. So with this, you will get 20% GPS. And of course, you have to just email to us your proof of stake and also Remitron ID for entitled to get your GPS for Metatron. And Metatron must be active. This one is different a bit than Remitron. Metatron node must be active all time, 24 hours, because this is a very big node, Boss John, because this is the node that is going to take care of our Remitron and the relay nodes that is happening out there for our activation, for our apps.
Mhm.
So that's why Metatron node is very, very important to on 24/7.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the reason they are giving us 20% global profit sharing every single month for rest of your life.
Yeah, for those of you
Awesome.
guys that aren't aware, the Metatron node, it's a validator node, right? And so it's a very special node. So it's the finisher of the block. And so if and I don't know if you've already mentioned, if you want to have entitlement for this particular node, I mean, not only you would have to have a minimum stake of 3000 PTX, but you would also have to have 50 Rametron nodes alongside with that. So that could be in a combination of making an investment for all 50, or whether if you're referring out with your referral ID, you have 50 Rametron units. So it's either or. But a lot of our investors, they're just buying everything up from, just in one single transaction just to make it for simplicity.
Correct.
But you can kind of play around with those variations as long as you equal that to 50. So you've got about a few days to make that work if you want entitlement for that 20%. And I think it is a great entitlement because you got the 20% on the Metatron node and then plus 10% on the Rametron. And I think it doesn't get any better than that. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree to you with you. Totally. Doesn't get any better. And how much we are spending is only 3000 PTX for Metatron and 250 for Remitron.
Mhm.
That's it. That's all we're going to get. That's all we're going to spend, and we are going to get for lifetime. Right. And okay, for if you want to know about USD, Metatron notes is 600 USD now.
Mhm.
You just pay 600 USD, and inclusive with all the fees, you get your 3000 PTX and you can start the notes running for you.
Right.
And of course, like how Boss John said, that 50 Remitron is a must because Metatron note is a country representative. So they are the one who's going to be representing our notes for Remitron and everything. So that is the reason we need 50 Metatron notes from each Metatron notes who are coming. They must bring 50 notes of Remitron to compulsory to get the 20% TPS. But guys, you all must understand this offer is only until 14 April. Yes, I think, Boss John, you have to emphasize on that.
I
That
can't
is
emphasize it
important.
enough. We got 14 days, and yeah, I mean, especially with the pricing of the PTX right now, it's the best time to make the acquisition for those nodes,
Really.
and just let it ride for the long term, because as soon as we have the rollout of more of our applications and more of our use cases, it's gonna drive the price a lot higher. So if you as an investor, right, do you want to buy at the peak, or do you want to buy at the very low, right? Of course it would
Of
make sense
course,
to
at the
buy
low.
low, right, so you can ride the
Yes.
highs and make profit. And so you are in that zone right now for you to be able to make acquisitions at a very such low price. And so the timing couldn't be more perfect, because of the fact that the window for global profit sharing is still open. And so I wouldn't take that for granted. So that's just something that I want to throw in there, because it's available for you, and for those that wants to maximize and take advantage of it, go grab it.
Awesome.
So
This is the time. Grab it.
absolutely. And so we've talked about the rollout for Rametron 4.0. That's in the works for this week, and we touched on the GPS. Um, what else do we need to talk about? The issue with LBank has already been resolved,
Yes.
and we are in the process of rolling out our very first application, Panajo, and that's the whole point of the upgrade on the Rametron 4.0 as well, is to be in preparation for that launch. And so, Boss Gurmeet, was there any other
Oh yeah, we are
announcements?
also upgrading our Remitron to
Mm-hmm.
another new from 3 Pro 3.0 3.0
4.0, yeah, yeah,
to
yeah, yeah, 4.0.
4.0.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's always what I can say here, since we I was here since 2018. We had grow slowly but very productively, and now every single time our Remitron is always been upgraded. But when it's upgraded to the betterment for the whole community.
Of
So
course.
that is awesome. That is what
Right.
we like. For me, is last time when we want to on, we have to do this. Now we are just with the click in a one button, we get everything. So the upgradation is always awesome for us. So I'm eagerly waiting for the 4.0 now.
Right, right. Absolutely. And so, all right. Well, that pretty much takes care of the update portion, and so I kind of wanted to dive in a little bit more of some of the most commonly asked questions within the community. Bosco, mate, what are some of the most frequent concerns that you're constantly being asked? Maybe perhaps we can help address some of those, and hand it over to the community and give them some
Thank you, Boss
confidence.
John. Mostly questions will be asked is, of course, whenever they want to spend their money, they want to put in any project. First thing they will ask, what is the benefits? What am I going to get from here? What is the why should I join Pendersoft? So that these are the questions they
Mhm,
always ask. I mean, that is
mhm,
memang, I mean, that is really logic why
mhm,
they are asking these questions, because
mhm,
every single, like boss, our CEO will say, every single dollar that you are spending, you make sure you get double than that.
mhm,
So this technology product is for technology powered by community. It's not just
mhm,
simply the name of community.
mhm,
The thing here is that even you spend 250 PTX, you are buying 250 PTX, but we make sure lifetime your 250 PTX is not going to stay there, has 250.
mhm.
It's going to be double up or triple up or 10 times more when
Right.
the years to come, months to come.
Mhm.
So these
Of
are the
course.
benefits that
Mhm.
you're going to get.
Sure.
Okay, that is one thing that you're going to get. All
Mhm.
right. So
If I
that is
yeah,
one
if I may,
Remitron.
boss, if I may touch on that too, and
Can.
of course, right? We're in the world of investing, and for me, being in the financial background, I mean, it's obvious that you don't want to throw your whole entire life saving into something that you have the potential of possibly losing, right? Of course, you only want to invest what you are willing to lose, because there in life there's no guarantees, right? And
Exactly.
and so that's something that you would not want to risk yourself, throwing your whole entire life savings in just one basket, and hoping that it's gonna go, skyrocket, guaranteed. And unfortunately, that's not the case. But in terms of, as far as the mechanics of how it works for us, to generate the more returns, when you're staking, our staking platform is one of the most innovative and pretty competitive out in the market right now. I mean, we're talking about 100% APY, and that's broken down into 10% per month, and you're getting weekly payouts at 2.5% per week. And so you can just take the weekly earnings from that, and just turn it into fiat and use that as your passive income, a form of passive income. But if you're one of those investors that wants to make your money work harder for you, you can go through the option number two, which is compound staking. And compound staking could potentially yield you up to 300% APY or even more. And because the weekly earnings that you would get, instead of cashing it out, since you don't need the money, you would restake that back in. So your basis increases over time. And then that 2.5% weekly reward earnings that you're getting, it's also growing at the same time. And so that's, I just wanted to point that out since we were in that topic, boss.
Yes,
And so.
boss. It's awesome. That is what we want to let every single person knows. That was a very beautiful point. That whatever you're spending, you are also increasing your capital. On top of it, every week you also getting a reward. That reward you can change to fiat whenever you want. You don't want, you can just take it, because what we are using the technology is proof of stake. So the
Mhm.
more you stake, the more proof of network you will get, and the more GPS. That is the awesome thing. The GPS is not going to stop here. The GPS, the more we are staking, the more 10% GPS we're going to get every month. So these
Awesome.
are the two benefits that we are going to get every single month. All
Mhm.
right. And on top of it, we also getting PON, proof of engagement. Boss, do you know that we are having apps that is going to be like awesome apps and people are going to use, and our proof of engagement is going to work
Mhm. Oh yeah,
every
I
minute.
love the proof of engagement aspect of things, because the way I personally view that, I view that as digital real estate. It's digital properties, because the fact that in proof of engagement, your Rametron node is actually delivering data. And we talk about, you can buy and acquire as many Rametron units and stake them all in one PC. With proof of engagement, that gives you the option to have multiple units, so that those units can also engage in proof of engagement. So that would be the deciding factor, whether if an investor wants to have them all in one, or they can have multiple units. So
Correct.
kind of boils down to the question, right? I mean, would you rather have one workhorse working for you, or would you rather have two, three, four, five
Yeah.
workhorses working for you?
I,
And
I, I can still remember the day that on the 15th of November we launched last year, and before that, every single person was like calling and asking me, "Boss, should I put everything in one or should I divide it?" And I was like puzzled to what to say to you all. Is it, no, because the POE is a lot, 0.0187 every minute.
oh
I
yeah.
can't I can't lose that. So,
Hmm.
this
Yeah.
was a very, very big issue.
Can you
Very.
imagine the numbers that comes out of that? As in the example of 20 cents price action, and for somebody that's streaming 5 hours in one day, that equals out to approximately, about, was that $16 for the day, or was it like 30? Um, but if they were streaming for 24 hours straight, that
Wow.
breaks down to roughly about 160 USD that you would
Yes.
generate in one day. Do you know how much it costs to go out and watch a movie? It's like $15, and but for your node to deliver that data and the amount of income that you're,
Imagine we are earning.
it's mind blowing. And
That
so,
is mind blowing.
right.
Exactly. Well, all this while we are spending to do something, but this is the time that we're gonna earn. Even we're gonna enjoy, but we're gonna
Mhm.
earn by people doing it, and even we are doing it. We'll
Yeah.
be enjoying watching movie, but
Mhm.
the same time, our Remitron will gonna go relaying the note and earning at the same thing. I think we will be non-stop watching movie and playing games this time because
Right.
why we are earning. That's going to be really different. So yeah,
Oh,
that's
by the way,
that.
guys, for those of you guys that are on the chat, I mean, you're more than welcome to throw down any questions that you may have, and we'll address them one by one. But as you guys are figuring what to ask, we're gonna go ahead and go through the questions that we are currently facing, and so we've already listed those questions, and so we just wanted to address them to you. And so, but we definitely want to hear your voice because we also want your feedback because we value the community's feedback, and that will also help us improve. And at the same time, we want to make sure that we're connected to you, and so we have that unity and cohesiveness as we progress on this project. And so, what's Gurmeet? Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's so beautiful that yes, it's true because this is a beautiful project and we are progressing and we have so many countries come to us, but yet people wants to know because I don't blame anyone, Boss John. I don't blame anyone because when they are like in a puzzle whether this is because this is a project which is very unique,
It
so
is.
unique that people had never done this before.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of question marks whether this can be happen or not. But trust me, this is happening, and we've been enjoying our PON proof of network income from the day we had launched.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm amazed because every single Monday is my beautiful day because every Monday I get my rewards of 10% whatever I have staked. And that 10% had never been go lower, but it's always higher. You know why? Because whatever I get, I stake it. I don't sell it yet. My price of my PTX is going to blow one day after my apps are coming because the demand is going to be there. So why should I sell very less? Correct or not? So what I do, I stake it. I stake it. And the minute I stake next Monday, I'm the happiest woman. From 100, I became 300. From 300 is going up and up and up every Monday. Guys, this is one opportunity that you all are getting that you're going to benefit. I always say it's not going to benefit yourself, but it's going to benefit your family, your future, your generations, non-stop.
And
Yeah.
that's just the working wonders of compounding, right? And it's just interest on top of interest, and so
Yes.
it's definitely awesome to have that working on your behalf.
Yeah.
For me, one of the questions that I get asked when it comes to having your own server for Metatron, whether if it's better to start your own server or go with one of the preferred service provider that we have. Uh, which one do you go with? Uh,
Okay, it's a good question about servers, right? Because Metatron node is a very important node, and we need 24 hours on. We have to on it 24 hours. So it's okay if you can have your own server, but make sure your internet and your bandwidth is strong. Yes. So but for me, I don't. I had preferred to give to the server company I rent out because I have no headache. 24 hours, the company is on, the servers are on and is running for me.
right.
But there is always a choice for you to have your own.
Mhm.
It's not a problem. but make sure you
Yeah.
on 24/7.
Absolutely. And you know the servers also not only works for the Metatron, but you can also have the Rametrons on the server as well. And
Yes,
even I personally, I've worked with investors that they just don't want to deal with, you know, having because they travel quite a bit, and so it's like I would rather put it in the server if that's possible. And so I've
yes,
done that in multiple occasions. And because when they log in on the cloud server, it's almost as if they're working through their PC. And
yes, exactly. It's
right,
true, boss John. It's very true because we are even our laptop is on 24 hours, but it's much better in servers. So
mhm,
when you put your Rametron in servers, it's 24 hours there. You have no problem of like the laptop is going to corrupt or something will happen. So servers for me, servers are more safer.
right.
Yeah,
And so, and of course, they do come at an expense, right? A slight cost.
definitely.
But if you're really outweighing the full return and versus the cost, I mean, the selling point for that mainly is it gets absorbed into what you will be earning down the line. And but then again, everybody's situation is different.
Different.
And so figure it out for yourself if that is an option that is
that
feasible for
that
you.
that is the reason, boss, we had given options. We
Right.
had never specify, okay, no, you need to use servers, or no, we had given options. So it's your own benefits. If you can afford servers because you have to pay, that will be a very good option. But if you can't, laptop, no worries, you still can earn until we have progress and we can get our income back. I think then is the time that we will have to put everything on servers, because I don't want to have a headache on my laptop again.
Yeah. Yeah, even for me myself right now, I've got like 3 or 4 units PCs over here that's just
Ma-
constantly running. And as you can see
ah,
behind me, I got
yeah,
I got
I can see
multiple.
that. I'm
but
wondering how
but
you're managing it.
but hey, turn on the earn.
Yeah,
So
that's cool. That's cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
What other questions do you have that you come across on your end, Boss Gurmeet?
So far, these are the questions normally they will ask us because of the benefits and what we are earning and how we are earning, and about the servers. I think we already cover on that,
Sure.
and our POE and PON, and especially GPS. They want to know how do we get our GPS,
Hmm.
right? So GPS global profit sharings normally we get from our revenue models.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
maybe we can elaborate deeper on that as far as computations on what you could potentially earn based on your amount stake. Would you mind explaining that?
About the GPS announce?
Yes. Mhm.
Yes, of course. All right. So now we are having four apps. I mean, five apps going to come, and when our apps are on, so obviously we will have our marketplace, our advertisement, and all these things will be having in our app. So people are going to go in and advertise their product, or we will have a marketplace or donations place, or there's a lot of 12 to 15 things that we're going to have in our apps. So what will happen normally, like how other what I call these apps are going through, that whenever we will watch advertisement inside there, we will watch we can buy things there. So the same thing will happen to our apps. So these apps will have, whenever you're going to go and advertise or do something in our apps, you need to pay the company. All right. So what the company thought, instead of they just taking the whole model, why not? Why not they share with the pioneers? Who are the pioneers? The pioneers are the people who are going to buy the Remitron or Metatron before 14th of April. So that revenue model, once they had come out with their own expenses, the profit are the things that they're going to share with all the pioneers. For Metatron is 20%, for Remitron is 10%. So that is the reason we call that global profit sharing. This is how you're going to get your global profit sharing. All right. So basically, this is how I think you all had understand. from if someone going to ask you where are y'all going to get your global profit sharing, so y'all will have the answer is from our revenue model that people are going to go in to our apps, right? Is that
Awesome.
okay, Boss John? If
Oh
anything
yeah,
else,
I mean, I think you've explained it well enough. Another question that I have here is why or um, when can I withdraw my weekly rewards?
when can I withdraw what?
My weekly rewards.
Okay, weekly rewards you can withdraw every Monday. All right. UTC time at 12. What do you call this? Okay, no. Weekly reward you will get at 12 o'clock UTC time, Universal Time Clock, 12 a.m. Okay. After 4 hours, you can withdraw your uh, PTX. That means, like say, like I'm in Malaysia, so my time will be 8 o'clock in the morning. I will receive my reward, and 12 o'clock in the afternoon I can withdraw it.
Mhm.
So basically, we go for UTC time. So wherever country you are, you just have to times with your UTC time. So 12 o'clock, 12 a.m. is the time that you will receive rewards. After 4 hours, you can withdraw it.
Okay. Another question that I have here is why does my Rametron, after being on the network for more than 40 hours, still show that I only have less percentage?
Less percentage. Okay. This
I guess what they mean is like for somebody that has been on the network for 120 hours for 1 week, for example, they're only showing 80% completion of their score for the week.
understood. I understood that. This can happen in two ways. One, because our internet had been corrupted. Sometimes we feel our internet is strong, but in between, we don't get the internet. So when we don't get the internet, our Remitron stops.
Mhm.
All right. Why I'm saying this, because this happens to me too. My Remitron too. All right. Every day at 10 o'clock in the night, I can use my WhatsApp. I can use a lot of things, but there's no much internet for my Remitron.
Mhm.
Then I had upgraded, and now I didn't have that problem at all.
Mhm.
That is one thing.
Right.
Second thing, why it happens, sometimes they have that our system upgrading, and that's the reason our Remitron is not working.
Mhm.
So these are
For
the
me, I've caught my I've noticed that for myself also. But I mean, for me, I leave my PC on most of the time. But what does help get in the calculations that you needed to achieve is I just I at least hit refresh like 2 to 3 times throughout the day.
me too.
And so but I strongly believe that with the Ramatron 4.0 that might resolve that issue as well.
Yes,
But we'll find out.
yes,
Yeah. But
yes.
for those of you guys that are going through the same thing, that try working that method. Just constantly refresh it. And what I mean by refresh is a refresh button on the app, on the Ramatron app, and then you just click it, and then you'll see it jump from where it last left off, and then it because it's
Correct.
running in the background, and but when you hit refresh, it recalculates. So I think it's more of the ticker measurement of it that's keeping track. Just needs to be woken up from time to time.
Very true.
Hmm.
And everyone must understand that we are under technology. So everything is on our back end. Things are happening. So sometime in and out. So that's it. Nothing is manual. But no worries, it will come back. Like
Hmm.
like what Boss John say, I'm also doing the same thing. My laptop is always on 24/7. I
Right.
have never shut down my laptop. So anyhow, I get my 100 what you call percentage every week.
Right.
Yeah.
Another question that came across is how safe is the application? And yeah, I mean, in general,
How safe you mean?
how in terms of the security measures of the application.
Of okay, come for the apps. I think come for the apps. Obviously, is going to be very safe because we are in this era where a lot of things will happen. So yes, when we are going to build I mean, we are building the apps. The apps are firstly with the security. We make sure we have everything, and we are our obviously people are asking for this because of their database and all kind of things. So I think Pando project is looking on the security very highly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So another question that I have here is, what are the buy tax and the sell tax of the token? Well, that's an easy one.
Can't
Yeah,
hear you, sorry boss.
there really isn't one, to be honest with you. Our tokenomics doesn't have any taxes on it.
Oh
Uh,
yes.
Surprisingly enough, right? And I trade crypto myself, and I read white papers all day, and you would be astounded with what projects are placing on their white paper when it comes to a buy and sell tax. And so I've seen some that are pretty decent, like 4% buy tax, and then they would impose a sell tax of uh, 10%. And then lately, I've been seeing it increase dramatically. And so I've seen them more commonly now where you would have a 15% buy tax, and they would impose a 20% sell tax. And so the reason why they do this is because that's their anti whale um, feature, that they don't want they don't want the pump and dumpers to be selling right away, because they'll impose them with such a high hit. Um, but fortunately, we don't have any of that in our tokenomics, so we have 0% buy tax and 0% sell tax, and the only thing that we charge is a minimal, was that
Peace.
1%
Yeah.
transaction fee. And so I find that laughable. And even
As
with
I
that
said.
burn mechanism, I mean, we have 1.5 billion in circulation, and but by the end of this year, half of that circulation going away. And so what does that mean? The price of our PTX is going to increase because of the demand, right? Whenever there's a
Correct.
shortage of inventory, the demand goes higher. And so we're gonna you know we're gonna be burning those tokens at the end of this year, and then we're gonna have half that circulation. um, but yeah, we don't have to worry about stuff like that, because we have we got so much demand for our token because of the amount of utility and the use cases that we have within our ecosystem. And
Yes.
so yeah, so we got controlled circulation and we have controlled supply. And most of it, I mean, you have to, in order for you to activate your Rametron and your Metatron, you have to stake, right? And that's why we
Yes.
give you such great stake rewards as far as your return goes, because of the fact that that alone is a use case, that alone is a utility, right? So
Correct. Yes.
from the very get-go, the Ramatron alone, that's utility, right? You got your Panda wallet, right? Because you have to use your Panda wallet in order for you to stake on your Ramatron to activate
Remetron.
it.
Correct.
So
It's true.
that's utility too,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we've got applications that are already in the process of being released. We've got our own blockchain. And so I'm very proud to say that we as a project alone, we're very privileged and highly blessed because if you ask me, most projects that start out, they don't have any utility, any use cases. Why? Because they don't have the resources. And so, in order for them to have the resources to make an investment in their utility that is proposed, is they have to go out in the market and get people to buy into their token, right? And then that's where they would impose the tax. So
Yes.
when you take the 15% tax per se, a portion of that goes to marketing, a portion of that goes into project development, a portion of that goes into the developers. And so we eliminated all of that because we've got adequate amount of resources for us to, build our utility from the forefront. And that's why even throughout the years since 2018, we were in the process of developing all these utilities. At the same time, we were building a community. And so, we couldn't be in the perfect position, if you ask me. And most project would want to have this type of problem that we have, which is a good problem to have. And so, but yeah, long story short, we don't have any taxes, so
Yeah.
there.
That is the beauty thing. No tax, guys, really. And a lot of utilities, a lot of places to use our PTX, like what Boss John said. You buy Remitron, our Remitron, you can download anywhere, anytime. But you can't activate it until you have the PTX. So
That's right.
now you must understand how important our PTX is going to be, and the demand and the price is going to be mind blowing. Yeah. So
Agree.
guys, if you want to join, this is the time, because this is the only time you're going to get global profit sharing together with each one Remitron, and 20% from Metatron.
All right.
Okay, so like we don't have so much of a place to pay, because we already have every single thing in our system. We have our apps, we have our software, we have our tokens, and we know where to use our tokens. Yes, so that is the reason Pando project is different project than anyone I can say. All right. Yeah.
One that I have in is when Panda Joe. We're actually right around the corner, and
Yes.
they. So what had happened was we had our beta testers that they came in and they were testing out the app, and of course they gave us their feedback, and of course we want to be able to attend to the recommendations. And so we we had remodeled our UI interface, and so it's gonna be pretty exciting once it releases. And we're talking just couple days to weeks right now, and later on this week you will see a reveal on that. So that's something that you guys would want to anticipate. And so yeah, if boss, you have anything to add towards Panda Joe? Unless you have
Right.
some insights that I'm not aware of.
Okay, no, I mean, you had covered everything about the Pendajo. It's true, very true what Boss John is saying. It's but now we are not worried actually about our apps, because our apps are already there. What we are worried here is that our ecosystem. We want to make our ecosystem strong, guys, really strong. Because why? This is what we had tell everybody. We are killing the we are actually not killing, we are just demolishing the lagging problem. We don't want to have lagging anymore. So when you don't want to have lagging in our apps, what we need is Remitrons. So this is what we are emphasizing to every single person, that we need a lot of Remitrons in the whole entire world, because then our PandaJoe or any other apps are going to just be mind blowing without any lagging. So that's why don't worry about the apps. Apps are mine. It's already there. Just grab your Remitron as many as you can, and introduce as many people as you can to bring the Remitron in. Make our ecosystem more stronger. because in the world we only have 1 million Remitrons. That's it. So grab this opportunity first. Then we talk about the apps. Right? What's John? What do you say?
Absolutely, and yeah, and you're definitely 100% right. And in order for us to eliminate the lagging issues, we need to have a strong foundation. And you guys already know what that foundation is, right? It's the Rametron. And so we need to have an equal spread load of these Rametron units in order to have the weight distribution come out seamlessly. And so we can't emphasize enough, with it's great that we've got about 170,000 units of these Ramatrons already have been taken up, and yeah, definitely it's being taken up fast. But and as far as from a global scale, we've still got some work to do, and in order for us to have that high quality streaming, we need to have the Ramatron node units out there, so therefore we can deliver high quality video. Oh, that's my take on
Very.
that.
And then, boss John, you also has told last time, I mean earlier just now, that everyone didn't buy one Remitron. All right. In one Remitron, they had accumulated 10 Remitrons. So it's considered still one software. So now we need more on that. You see? Yeah, but I don't blame everybody, because we have to see ourselves whether we can afford too many servers or not, or we only can afford one. So
Mhm.
PandoSoft is really, well, what I can say is really, really good for the community, because they just go with the community. Right.
Right.
So they just say, okay, you can't do this. Now mind we go the next. It's all right. If you can't put 10 servers, you have one, but we give everything to you. Yeah, yeah. So that it is. Yeah. So our ecosystem is very, very important for us. Let's make together, make
Mhm.
it stronger, and let's spread this news.
I agree. I have a question here from Faye, and Faye, thank you for your question. The question is, can anybody explain if soon we want to change our PTX to cash or ringgit? How would that take place? And can you give a little idea from Ramatron to L Bank, then to crypto?
I think that question, Boss John, you can answer very well.
Sure. Yeah. So right now, the exchange that we're in is L Bank, and in order for you to purchase PTX, there's many different ways you can get it, right? Depending on where you're coming from. I know in the Asia side, Binance is the dominance in the whole world basically, but they're very strong in that side of the world. And so what I've been recommending is they can since the pairing is USDT, you can get your USDT from Binance, and then you can just shoot it to L Bank. Obviously, you have to set up an account with L Bank. So that's option one. And then option two, you can set up your L Bank account and buy your USDT there, and then make the purchase of PTX. And so it would be exactly the same way in reverse when you are cashing out your rewards for cash. What you would do is, since it's coming from your Ramatron, from your Ramatron, when you withdraw, it goes to your Panda wallet. And then what you would want to do is you would send out your PTX to L Bank, and then from L Bank you would sell your PTX. And so when you sell your PTX, that would be in the form of USDT, and then from USDT would be to your native currency, whether if it's pesos or ringgit, or even US dollar. So that's how you would do that. And so welcome to the world of crypto.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it's going to look very difficult, but once you're used to it, it's not going to be difficult. It's just the same thing like how we started with our banking thing, And then
Mm-hmm.
we started with our ATM machines, then we started with our digital online payment. It's just like that. Everything was difficult at the first time, but after that we are was like it's even our fingertips.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so
I agree. I mean, it does seem daunting and it seems like nosebleed.
correct.
But once you get through your first transaction, I mean, because you can even, I mean, there's also the DeFi space, yeah. And so for those that aren't able to access, like some of the issues right now that I'm coming across from some investors from different parts of the world is they don't have access to L Bank, and well, there's also different ways around that. You can use a VPN or you can go through DeFi to shoot your USDT to L Bank via VPN, and you'd be able to do it that way. Because when you're cashing out, you would withdraw and turn it into USDT and then send it to your external wallet in USDT.
Or you
So
can just P2P, boss. You can just sell to anyone. Is
yeah,
that right?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can definitely do that too. And so there's many different approach. There's no right or wrong. It really depends on what market you're from and what restrictions may be imposed in your market. But there's definitely a way for sure. And
Yes.
if you're having struggles in doing that, feel welcome to reach out to us. Shoot us a message on the group chat, and we'll be more than happy to walk you through it, because we want you to have access. Because I mean, what's the whole point if you don't have access, right? It's just a matter of
Yes.
knowing how to, and we can definitely walk you through that.
And
Absolutely.
we are also not going to have only Albank. We are also have been approached by other exchanges. Very
Hmm.
soon, it's going to be
Yep.
more than that. So I
Yep.
think that's not going to be any issue for us.
Yep. Yeah, so that's definitely gonna come down the line, absolutely, for sure. And so yeah, you just have to get things in motion and get used to it. I mean, it does take a while. I mean, just practice on once you do it like 3 to 5 times, I mean, you would have it down already. And just
Yeah.
play around with it. You get enough tokens anyway, so
Yeah.
just kind of tinker with.
Just
And
play around.
since we're not charging you tax, right?
Yeah.
So
So
maximize on that. So let's see what else we got here. You got any other questions on your end that you'd like to address there, Busker Meat?
so far, no, Boss John. I had
Okay.
covered most of it.
All right. And Faye, thank you for your question. And let me see here. My other. I think we've covered most of it,
Yeah.
and so I think we'll end it here. And since unless we get any more questions coming
Yeah.
in, but yeah, just as a reminder, take advantage of the days that we have left for global profit sharing, and
Yes, please
and
do
get
that. Yes.
yes, yes, and get ready for Panajo. And so with that price action that we currently have with our token, now's the time to buy, right? Because
Now
you
is
don't
the
you
time.
don't want to buy up
Exactly.
here, buy over
Yes.
here.
Now
And
it's the time to buy. We
yeah.
will never get this opportunity again. So
Hmm.
this is the time. Buy it now. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And we're gonna have our reveal on Thursday night. Is that Thursday? Yeah, that's Thursday night, right? Yeah, Thursday
Yes.
night. So make sure you plug in on that. And we have plans on doing more segments of this more frequently. So we're going to do 2 to 3 times AMA on this, because we want to make sure that we hear you, right? And so that's what this is for. And so please, by all means, don't feel shy. Express your concerns or whatever it is that you're going through, your excitement, your challenges. And it would be good to hear from what the community is going through. And so that would
Yeah,
only
it's
help
very
us.
important.
Yeah.
Every communities, whatever they share, whatever their problem is, when they share with us, we will know how to upgrade it. If they
Absolutely.
don't share with us, we will never know what is their problem, right? So we
Mhm.
need that.
We're not
So
mind
because
reader, guys,
that is
so we
our
can't
concern.
read what you're going through. So
Yeah, it's very true. Because if you don't say, we'll never know. And for betterment of our community, we need the feedback.
Mhm.
Yes.
Absolutely. Awesome. All right. I think we will end it here. Boss Gurmeet, thank you so much for
Thank you so
joining
much
us.
for having me.
Yeah. And we'll definitely do this more often. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, boss. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, guys. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Thank you.
Bye.